Welcome to October 1st. It's time to start a new month, but we still start out with nationaldaycalendar.com. And today it shows it is National Black Dog Day. Black Dog Day isn't just a celebration of black dogs, who are great. Love my black dogs, Cody. It also encourages the adoption of a dog of a darker shade. It turns out that roughly 60% of people who go to the shelters to adopt a dog are less likely to adopt a black dog. Also today is National Hair Day, put in 2017 by a company called New Me, which with my hair, I wouldn't know what they are, but apparently they're hair products. So today is a great day to mess with your hair, show off great hair, thank your hairstylist, whatever it takes. Thank you for having hair. Today is also National Fire Pup Day. Now, a Fire Pup is normally seen as a Dalmatian, although it could be any dog, but Dalmatians seem to be the ones we have for canine firefighters. Now, what happened is, back in the old days, fire trucks used to be not trucks, they were instead fire wagons drawn by horses. And the dogs, Dalmatians, would run along and be in front of the horses, clearing the way, or they'd run under the wagon to make sure everything was okay, but they ran along with them on their way to the fires. So thank you, Fire Pups. And last but not least, it's another food. Happy National Homemade Cookies Day. Now, doesn't matter if they're chocolate chip, peanut butter, chocolate chunk, macadamia nut, whatever you like, remember your favorite teacher. Happy National Cookie Day. And on this day in history, 1868, Louisa May Alcott got her book Little Women published. The book itself has gone on to great literary fame. It's a story of Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy as they go through their trials and tribulations from childhood to becoming women. Their father was a Civil War chaplain, and he was gone. So really it was the four girls with their mom. It is a highly recommended read.
Hey everybody, this is Mr. Rash, your friendly band director, as Mr. Wick likes to call me. In 1880, John Philip Sousa was appointed director of the United States Marine Corps Band. He got this gig at the early age of 26 and served for 12 years and under 5 presidents. His patriotic marches are known very well at parades and at political functions all around the world. The instrument I'm holding is actually called the sousaphone. It was named and created by John Philip Sousa, using this in parades all the time. This is a marching tuba. Sousa is one of only 102 members of the Hall of Fame for Great Americans. John Philip Sousa.
(1888) saw the beginning of one of the best-loved publications of all time, National Geographic. It took children and adults all around the world to places we could never imagine before there was an internet. By now you know I love my baseball, and 1903 was the first World Series. It featured the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Boston Americans, now known as the Red Sox. 1908 saw Henry Ford introduce the Model T. People everywhere started wanting cars. The price of this Model T? $825. 1932, another iconic baseball moment. Babe Ruth in the 5th inning of a World Series game at Wrigley Field. It was Game 3. A lot of jawing back and forth. He called his shot.
They were in on this. This was a Chicago crowd, and they were throwing things and yelling, and Ruth was standing in the batter's box, yelling back at them between pitches.
And the first pitch ball was a called strike. Well, I thought it was outside and didn't like it very much.
More yelling, back and forth. Strike 2, more yelling.
Well, I didn't like that one either, so I let it go by. Well, I stepped out of the box, and by that time they were over there going crazy.
The volume coming from the stands was so loud that some of the Cub players were running out of the dugout and cupping their hands around their mouths to make sure Ruth heard them. And then he makes his famous gesture.
Well, I looked down at center field and I pointed. I said, I'm going to hit the next pitch ball right past the flagpole. Well, good Lord, must have been with him.
In 1950, America was embroiled in the Korean War, South Korea versus North Korea. On this date, October 1st, we crossed over the 38th parallel. That's the parallel to latitude that split North and South Korea, and began to chase many of the Chinese army back north into China. Later on, the Chinese would come back and they reestablished the 38th parallel as the border that stands today between North and South Korea. 1962 introduced us to one of the greatest female comedians of all time, Lucille Ball. Her TV show, The Lucy Show, premiered. As you can see by moral standards of the time in TV, although married, they had twin beds in the bedroom.
This day in Central Florida history, October 1st, 1971, Walt Disney World opened its gates for the first time. People flocked to the Orlando area to visit the Magic Kingdom, and thousands more moved here permanently to work at the park. The growth triggered a big demand for all types of tourist-related facilities and services. During its first year, more than 11 million people visited the Magic Kingdom. That's a look at this day in Central Florida history. I'm John Ambrose, Central Florida News 13.
1977, the greatest soccer player of all time, Pele, maybe you young'uns don't remember him, he played his last game. 1982, jumping back to Disney, Epcot opened up. The Epcot Park was there. It has the World Showcase, chance to go around and see other cultures. 1988 saw Lloyd Pettit and his wife Jane Bradley Pettit pony up and build the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, home of the Bucks, the Milwaukee Wave, Marquette Warriors, Golden Eagles rather. It was torn down in 2018 to make way for Fiserv Forum. And last on the list today, in 2017, many of you might remember this one, in Las Vegas, there was a concert going on, a country music concert, when Stephen Paddock opened fire from a hotel window, killing several and scattering everyone around. Once again, bringing terrorism internally to the forefront, as well as gun control to the forefront. And happy birthday today to William Boeing, 1881. Boeing is of airplane fame, early airplanes all the way through to the great jet airliners today. 1910, having a birthday, Miss Bonnie Parker, part of the famous Bonnie and Clyde outlaw duo. Terrorized many different communities. 1924, President Jimmy Carter. Carter from Georgia was a peanut farmer, businessman that became president. Many would often say that Carter was a great man, but struggled as president as our country went through some interesting times in the 70s. And in 1935, we celebrate Miss Julie Andrews' birthday. Julie Andrews, many great roles, America's Sweetheart. She was Mary Poppins. She was Maria in The Sound of Music. The Hills Are Alive. We've reached the end of another day. Tomorrow's October 2nd. We'll see you then. Until then, when you have the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind. Be kind, everybody. See you tomorrow.